Hey guys, Kevin Ramirez with REI Systems that Work. Today, I'm going to teach you how to figure out the ARV of a property in less than 10 minutes. It's very simple. This is going to be part one of what's going to be a two-part series video on figuring out the ARV. Part one is going to be doing it through Zillow.com, and part two is going to be through the MLS. The reason why I'm using Zillow is because, this is for people that don't have access to the MLS, people that are not realtors, and they need another way to find their comps. Zillow is still a very good and a very accurate platform to find comps for your properties. Now, when you're looking for an ARV, let's say you just received a call from your marketing campaign. It's a new lead, and you want to quickly figure out if this is a lead that's worth pursuing and spending time in. So you want to make sure that you screen this deal, you screen this lead. And to be able to do that, you want to do it quickly. You don't want to, spend 30 minutes to an hour running comps and figuring out the ARV. So what I'm going to teach you today is a very easy way to do it, very quick way to do it, and it really will take you less than 10 minutes. So to start, you go to Zillow.com, and where it says "Find Your Way Home," you click on buy, and you're gonna type in the address for your subject property, whatever lead you got. I'm gonna choose this one because it's right there. This is a property that I've done a flip to in the past. So here we are. This is a screen that you're gonna find, and you're going to go to this upper bar right here, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to select for sell by agent. This is going to be the active properties, if any, that are on the market, listed by a real estate agent. This is a very accurate way to find out if there's movement, there's competition in that area, if houses are, if it's an active neighborhood, and so on. And then, most importantly, you're going to choose recently sold. This is going to be your comps. This is going to be the properties that were sold in that particular area. Um, you're actually very quickly. So you wanna, this is kind of what it's going to look like. You want this view. This is probably within the same neighborhood. In this case, it's called Park Village. So after you do this, you're going to go to beds, and you're going to select the number of beds that your property has. So let's say my property has 3 bedrooms, so I'm going to select 3. Home type, you're going to click on whatever type of property your lead is. So as you can see on Zillow, you can search for apartments, condos, townhomes, manufactured homes, and even land. But we're going to stick to houses since what I'm looking for is a single family home. Then on more, it's going to give me a table for me to get more specific on the comps that I want to get. So I know that my particular property, my subject property, is at least 2 bathrooms. So I'm going to click on 2 bathroom, and square feet as a tip. A rule of thumb that I like to use for a price for a square feet range. I like to stay within 400 square feet over and under what my subject property is. So let's say my subject property is 1,800 square feet. That means I'm going to choose from 1,400 square feet to 2,200 square feet. For me, that'll allow me to get a price, a range, a square footage range of properties for me to be able to look at, and that's a pretty close range. Most of the houses in the neighborhood, if they're in the same neighborhood, they're going to be within this range. The next field we're going to look at is lot size. You're going to leave that blank. Last field we're going to look at is the year built. So same as square feet. I like to stay within 4 years of my property, over and under my property. So 4 years before it was built and 4 years after. So if it's a property that was built in 1997, I'm going to look at comps from 1993 to 2001. Those are going to be my comps. So you can see the list is getting a little bit smaller. That's good. And right here, this is the most important thing you're going to look at in this whole screen is days on or sold in the last. You want to click on 6 months. You can do 90 days, you can do 30 days, but if you really want an accurate picture of what the market is looking like, you want to choose 6 months. You're going to click apply, and that's going to drop the comps that you're going to be using. You can see them on the map right here, or you can see them right here on a list. This is the comps that you're going to use to figure out the ARV for your property. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a spreadsheet. You can use Excel. I like to use Google Drive and Google Spreadsheets. In the spreadsheet, I have comps, price, square footage, and price per square foot on top, which is what I'm going to get out of this list right here. So I actually don't have to calculate, the price per square foot because Zillow already gives it to you, which is what I like about Zillow. So all you're going to do is you're going to get the price per square foot of each of the properties on your list. So 166 for the first one, 154. You can also do this on paper. You don't have to do it on a spreadsheet. I actually prefer to do it on paper. 156, 148. You picking out the price per square foot of each of the comps, and this one's 167, as you can see there. Once you have that, you're going to get an average price per square foot. So what you're going to do is you're going to add all of these. So you can do it on, the spreadsheet formulas and stuff, but I actually just want to do it on the calculator. It's easier for me, and it also allows me to show you a lot easier. So you add them all up, 148 plus 167, okay, equals, that's going to be your total, 791. That you're going to divide by the number of properties that you've used. So you picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties, which is a perfect number to find comps. I like to stay within 2 to 5. 3 to 4 is perfect. Three or more is perfect. But sometimes you're only going to find one or two. If you're in a neighborhood where you can find at least 5 comps, that you're going to be able to find the ARV very accurately. So you're going to divide this by 5. That's going to give you the average price per square foot in the area. Very important number. So the average price per square foot in this particular area is $158.2 per square foot. That number you're going to multiply by however many square feet your subject property has. So let's say my subject property has 1,800 square feet, right? I'm going to multiply 158.2 times 1,800 square feet, and that's going to give me the potential ARV. This is pretty much what my property is going to sell for, or around what my property is going to sell for. I would say this is top. It says $284,000. It's interesting. I actually sold this property for $285,000. So as you can see, the ARV is very, very accurate. You just run it by what the comps are saying. So let's say that your potential ARV is, $284,000. That's how you find the potential ARV. This is a great number to start with. When people call you and they, let's say that the owner of this house called you and say, "Hey, I want $225,000 for this property." As you can see, it's already looking like a deal. It really depends on the repairs needed, but you can work from there. If this person would have called me and said, "Hey, I want $300,000 for my property," well, if $284,000 is the most I can sell it for, I know that they're crazy, and I should probably give them some more time. I'm gonna drop them to my follow up schedule and follow up with them as the months go by to see if they come to the census. But You get the ARV, potential ARV, which is very accurate, but then you want to get the actual ARV, and that all depends on how you're planning on finishing the property, how extensive your work is going to be, and what your finished product is going to look like. So to do that, I really just like to look at a couple comps and the ones that sold around the price per square foot that I am targeting. So if I'm targeting 148, they're all about the same. So let's say this one's 156, pretty close to what I'm targeting. And I'm gonna look at pictures. Okay, like, okay, this is what the house looked like. I can see that it's pretty updated. It doesn't have anything special. No granite on the countertops. It's got granite, or what it looks like to may not be granite, but on the counters, I can see that the paint is kind of new. It's got cool colors that people are using right now. So the house is pretty updated. This is a good comparable, and it'll get you thinking, okay, am I going to make this house as good as this one or better than this one? Am I going to do granite on the bathrooms? Am I going to do granite in the kitchen? Am I going to have brand new countertops or cabinets? And am I going to have stainless steel appliances? So, this house sold for 156. If I'm targeting from 156 to 160, I know that I'll have to do, appliances and all that stuff. So that's how you figure out the actual ARV. So if this house sold for 156, and I know I'm going to be doing stainless steel appliances and all that stuff, I would up it a little bit. So my actual ARV, if I'm planning on doing a little bit more than they are, mine's going to be around $290,000. That's how you get the ARV using Zillow. This is a method that you can use very simply every time you get a lead and you just want to find out, hey, is this something worth pursuing? Is this something worth putting my time into? Should I spend time contacting and building a rapport with this seller and setting an appointment? That's it for part one. I hope this helped you. If you have any more questions about this method, you can reach us at reisystemsatwork.com. I'm going to drop a link in the description for the written step-by-step guide on exactly what I'm explaining right here in this video. So if you're more of a visual learning, you wanna see it, I'll have it in a blog post. And if you are interested in part two, which is doing it through the MLS, I will have it up as well. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Peace out.